Have you ever noticed something that makes your skin crawl about the men who suddenly appear interested after 60? At first, it feels flattering messages, compliments, maybe even a date. But there's a secret they're not telling you, and it's absolutely disgusting. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to see these men for exactly what they are, and it's not what you think. And before we go any further, hit like, comment below if you've ever experienced this, and subscribe, because this is something every woman over 60 needs to know. It starts subtly. At first, it's flattering, maybe a message, a compliment, an invitation to coffee. You feel seen, appreciated, maybe even a little excited that someone notices you in a world where attention seems scarce after 60. You think, finally, someone who likes me, for me. But very quickly, patterns emerge. They aren't interested in your day-to-day life, your passions, your achievements, or the wisdom you've earned over decades. They aren't asking about your thoughts on books, music, or travel. Instead, their attention is transactional. They want access to you, not companionship. It's not affection, it's ownership. And if you pause and think about it, you'll start to notice little things, comments that feel controlling, questions designed to test your availability, compliments that feel more like traps than praise. The charm, the jokes, the flattery, they're all bait. And the bait works because it's so subtle, because it's wrapped in kindness and sincerity that feels real, that makes you doubt your own suspicions. You start questioning yourself. Am I overthinking? Maybe he really is just nice. But the reality is, he's carefully calculating every move. Every message, every call, every compliment has one purpose: to make you more accessible, more trusting, more vulnerable. Here's the part that makes it truly disgusting. It's not your appearance, it's not your humor, it's not even your heart. What they want most, above everything else, is your vulnerability. They want to see the parts of you that are soft, generous, and patient, because that's what they can exploit. The kindness that makes you a great friend or a loving partner becomes a weakness in their eyes. The independence you've built through a lifetime of experience, the wisdom you carry, the self-respect that has kept you safe through decades. They see all of it as a puzzle they can manipulate. They are drawn to the very qualities that should make them admire and respect you, but instead, they want to twist them to their advantage. They feed off the trust you place in them, the openness you show, the loneliness that sometimes creeps in late at night. And the most shocking part is how clever they are. They don't show their true intentions immediately. They present themselves as harmless, lonely, or even helpless, and you can't help but lower your guard. They smile, they joke, they appear charming, and in doing so, they disguise the fact that every action is measured, every compliment rehearsed, every expression calculated to see how far they can go before you recognize the manipulation. It's psychological, it's predatory, and it's absolutely disgusting that this behavior is so common and often goes unnoticed until it's too late. I've seen it happen over and over, and I've heard stories that will make your blood run cold. Women who thought they were meeting someone kind and genuine, only to find themselves pressured into giving more than they wanted to. Pressured for emotional energy, pressured for time, sometimes pressured for intimacy in ways that make them feel trapped. They start off being charming, attentive, considerate even. They remember birthdays, notice small details, flatter endlessly. But then, once they know they have your attention, the true behavior begins to emerge. They start with subtle criticisms disguised as advice. You shouldn't wear that. It doesn't suit you. You really shouldn't spend so much time alone. It's lonely. They slowly chip away at your confidence while pretending to care. They throw in little tests to see if you'll comply, little demands to see if you'll prioritize them over yourself, little manipulations to see if your trust can be bent to their will. And the cleverest ones will occasionally reward you with affection or charm to keep you confused, thinking maybe it's all in your head, that maybe you're overreacting. But it's not overreaction. It's intentional. It's a game, and you're the target. It's a game designed to exploit your empathy, your patience, and your wisdom. And the horrifying reality is that many of these men are not obvious villains. They're ordinary men who know how to hide their intentions behind a mask of charm and pretend decency. They are everywhere, and once you recognize them, you start seeing the same pattern repeated again and again. This isn't just about selfishness or poor manners, it's deeper than that. These men have perfected the art of psychological manipulation. They will twist your feelings, make you question your own instincts, and guilt you for standing up for yourself. One moment they're charming, attentive, almost adoring. The next they're distant, cold, or critical in ways that make you doubt your judgment. They might say something subtle that undermines your confidence. You're overthinking this, darling. Or they might make you feel like you owe them attention or affection simply for existing in their orbit. They are experts at creating confusion, doubt, and dependence while disguising it as concern, care, or even love. And the cruel part is that it works. Because after decades of living, many women want to believe in the goodness of people. We want to see the best in others, and that makes it easy for someone like this to slip in unnoticed. They are constantly measuring your reactions, looking for any sign that you will comply. And the more you give, the more they take. And they are relentless. If they sense hesitation or resistance, they'll pivot, pretending to care more deeply or showering you with affection to regain control. It's exhausting. It's insidious. And it's exactly why so many women over 60 end up feeling drained, confused, and even ashamed for having trusted someone. So how do you protect yourself when it feels like the rules have changed, when the stakes are higher than ever, and when charm can be a weapon? First, trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't convince yourself otherwise, because your intuition is a powerful tool that has kept you safe through decades of life experience. Second, set boundaries immediately and enforce them without apology. Say no and mean it. It doesn't matter if he pouts, acts hurt, or tries to guilt you. Every compromise of your standards is a green light for manipulation. Third, look for patterns, not just isolated moments. True intentions reveal themselves over time, not in the grand gestures or the fleeting compliments, but in the small, repeated behaviors that chip away at your independence or exploit your kindness. Fourth, cultivate a strong support network. Friends, family, other women who have been through similar experiences, they are your armor. Isolation is the predator's playground. Stay connected, share your experiences, and let others help you see the red flags before it's too late. And finally, value yourself above all else. Your time, your energy, your heart are precious. Anyone who truly respects you will honor that without games, without manipulation, without exploiting your trust. At the end of the day, this is a harsh reality, but it's one every woman over 60 must understand. Men who come after you in later life are not always what they seem, and the one disgusting thing they want is not love, not companionship, not even a friendship. They want your vulnerability, your trust, your willingness to let them in for the wrong reasons. But you are stronger than their games. You are wiser than their lies. And by seeing through the charm and recognizing the patterns, you reclaim your power. You deserve relationships that are honest, loving, and respectful, and you owe it to yourself to never settle for anything less. If you want more insights like this, more guidance to navigate dating, friendships, and relationships after 60 safely, and tips to protect your heart and your independence, Sign up for my Savvy Senior newsletter at savvysenior.behiv.com. Subscribe. This isn't just about surviving interactions with the wrong people. It's about thriving, embracing your wisdom, and living the best life possible after 60. You are capable, you are resilient, and you are worth more than anyone who tries to manipulate or exploit you.